Good morning, Hornet Nation. Welcome to the Daily Buzz. I'm Joe Hutzler. Happy Friday to you as we get ready for a huge weekend of NCAA soccer tournament action, along with cross country and equestrian. We'll talk more about that later. But first, we have a special segment for you today, thanks to our friends at the Red Devil Sports Network at Dickinson College. A special shout out to Christian Payne for producing this interview with Coach Redding of men's soccer and allowing us to use it on the show today to get a better perspective of what Dickinson's thinking about when it comes to game planning for Emory.
This is the end goal. I mean, we, as a program, we've been successful and getting back into the national tournament this year, super valuable for us as a team. We're really excited about it and the experience that brings to the program as we move forward is fantastic. Emory is obviously a very strong team in a very strong conference. So, we just try to do some legwork and try to come up with some scouting reports and some video and get a sense of who they might be. And ultimately, we want to go out and play our game. We want to try to do everything we can to be who we are and force them to adjust to that compared to vice versa. We're excited about it and we like the challenge.
A big thank you from LHSN to RDSN, which is actually where I started before I came here. So a little bit of ties there as well. All right, let's move on to Lynchburg men's soccer and talk about what they're planning to do against Penn State Abington, a team they already played this year and back in September. But Ryan Mayolo, a senior for men's soccer, says that you can use some of that game, but a large majority of things have changed since then.
So the benefit of playing a team that you've already faced is obviously you have that experience. So now you know maybe who the strongest players are, the play style that they like. But obviously that was 2 months ago, so teams have changed a lot since then. I know we've changed a lot since then. Our starting lineups now are very different than they were in the beginning. Every team that makes this tournament is on a roll, because they know in order to make the NCAA tournament, you have to be doing well. So
hard to back in.
Exactly. So there's really no flukes that make the tournament. So obviously this team has turned their season around from maybe a rocky start. So you can never be overconfident for a game, but I think playing them before will give us an edge.
Speaking of that game, it will be at 2 p.m. That's right, the men's soccer team taking on Penn State Abington in a rematch from the game earlier this season. Coverage beginning at 1:45 on LHSN. Then, as we showed you before, Dickinson gearing up for Emory. That game will begin at 4:30 p.m. Both games happening at Schellenberger Field here at Lynchburg College. And the winners of those games will play on Sunday at 4 p.m. in the second round of the NCAA Division III Men's Soccer Championship. Our coverage beginning at 3:45, and someone will be headed to the third round the following weekend. Women's soccer is on the road in their bracket. They are at Christopher Newport, who battles Cabrini first on Saturday at 5 o'clock. And then the ladies of Lynchburg will battle the Green Terror of McDaniel College out of Westminster, Maryland at 7:30 that night. And the winners of those games will play a late one on Sunday, 7 p.m. start time for the second round game from Christopher Newport University at Captain's Field. Other events going on this weekend for your Lynchburg Hornets. Equestrian is hosting an event at the Harriet Rogers Riding Center, which is in Amherst. That begins at 11 a.m. They've moved the time from 10 to 11 because of the frigid temperatures that will be gracing Lynchburg once again on Saturday. We will be there to get coverage for you to bring to you on Monday on the Daily Buzz. Also, cross country is at the Southeast Region Championships at Christopher Newport. The women start at 11 and the men promptly at 11:30 a.m. And once again, photos and videos by LHSN. Moving on to campus events for today and throughout this weekend. 10 a.m. this morning through 11 o'clock at the Snido Chapel will be the Veterans Day service honoring those who have been lost or who have served in the military. Also, Comm Studies Grad School Talk is today from 12 to 1 p.m. Hear what professors have to say and get your questions answered about the next step of your communication education in Schul Hall, room 207. Alumni and agencies today from 3 to 4 o'clock. Learn about the PR agency careers by welcoming these Hornets back to campus. All alums in Schul Hall, room 232. Also, concert is tonight. There are 4 concerts before Thanksgiving and 5 concerts between Thanksgiving and Christmas. This is one of those, thanks to the Jazz Ensemble from 7:30 to 8:30. Also, cards for hospitalized children is tonight from 8 to 9 p.m. You can come out with link leaders and create cards for children in hospitals to brighten their day that much more, thanks to you and your heartfelt message. Well, it's Friday, and it's the end of the show, which means it's time to talk about the National Day on the National Day calendar. Today's National Day is National Forget-Me-Not Day. Now, not just the phrase, but more specifically, the flower, which is associated with Veterans Day, which happens tomorrow. Why is it associated with Veterans Day? Well, because in its name it says Forget-Me-Not, and we certainly don't want to forget our veterans and all the things they have done for us to be able to have what we have and the freedoms that we enjoy every single day. The point of a Forget-Me-Not flower is to have the giver give it to a recipient who does not forget the giver. It's a nice little cycle. So please be sure to do that this weekend, especially tomorrow. Don't forget about the veterans who have lost their lives or put their lives in harm's way to allow us to have the freedoms we enjoy right at this very second and throughout this entire weekend. Be sure to follow lynchburgsports.com all week long, including our social media accounts at Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and Snapchat to see exactly what your Hornets do this weekend in the NCAA tournaments. Remember, it's a great day to be a Hornet, and we are one nation.